Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm Sarah, and this is Lyzzette, and we want to share a little bit about our 90-day Awakening and Empowerment program. And Lyzette's kindly offered to just share her experience with how the program works and how her experience has been through the program. So just for reference, this program has three components: practice, so we do yoga, meditation, we create a practice just for you. Understanding, we have a couple of books that we read, and then we have a 9-week online course that you follow as you go through the 90 days, and then holistic life coaching. And so we're going to be kind of jumping back and forth between these three aspects so that Lyzzette could tell us a little bit about what your experience has been over the last 90 days with this program. So let's start with the practice. What is it like to have a consistent practice with a consistent teacher for 90 days?
It helps that it's the same teacher. It helps that it is established something daily and it becomes familiar rather quickly. And you have to find it within your day. It's easier that it's 90 days, it's with one teacher, it's your practice, it's your homework.
So. And what does it do for you on a daily basis when you start your day or finish your day with just a 10-20 minute practice, which is what I usually give as homework for the 90 days?
Okay. It's just grounding. It's a little bit of silence that is for me. Connect with that spirit inside, just that peaceful place that focuses on my breaths. That's what it does for me before I then step into whatever it is happening in my day, which is a lot.
What about the understanding portion? What has it been like to listen to these modules? And you've read some of the books that we have on the program. The Yamas and Niyamas is one of them, and then the other one. What has it been like for you to have that information, for lack of a better word, that knowledge, right?
Yes. It's inspiring. It's inspiring, and it's kind of, it's calming. It calms me down. It makes me know that this is life. This is the path. These are some obstacles that if I'm reading about it and you're talking about it, it's because it's what I'm experiencing and it's natural and it's normal, and there's a way out and there's a way to think about it. There's a way to understand it. And then there's a way to do something different. There's a way to just create something different. You know, I feel like if I'm not listening to it, I can easily get caught up in it, you know? So I've got a little bit of silence in my day with the practice, and then like what you're talking about in the modules and what we're reading about is, I don't know, it can bring in the awareness about what is happening. I'm not caught up.
So I like to call that the empowerment part, right? So it's the awakening and the empowerment program. And it's like knowledge is power. And when you understand how the mind works, how the energy system works, why you're experiencing what you're experiencing, how to fix it, what exactly to do in everything at home and at work with your thoughts and your words and your choices. Why is it that you're caught up in these patterns? And it's not, like you say, it's not just you. This is just human nature, right? If you understand that that's the case and you have the tools to change it, it's a hell of a lot easier than if you're just taking your best guess.
Yeah.
Yes. And spinning in circles. Okay, so let's talk about the third component, the holistic life coaching. What is it like to deal with me? Honest.
I don't know. Is there a word for that? I'm past the scary part. I'm not scared of you anymore, but it's just like, I don't know. What's it like? it's humbling. I can't, my ego drops. It's like, okay, I don't know. I don't know what to do. What does this mean? And you don't mince words. You certainly show that I have learned to look at myself first. What am I doing? What part do I have in this? That's huge. It kind of is the answer to it all. If I can't find the answer within that question, I have yet to do that, actually. I have yet to find something or find myself in a situation that I had no part in.
I actually love having these conversations because I'm just where I am and I teach where I teach you from, right? Like that's just where I am. And then when students bring it back to me and put it in their way, like what they perceive, I'm like, yeah, I guess that is kind of what I do, but it's not something that I'm consciously doing. But basically what you're saying is every time you come to me with a complaint, a problem, a stress, a this or that, I just turn it back to you. Yeah. Right? Like that. Yes. And that is kind of humbling. That is like,
exactly, like tail between the legs. Like I'm just gonna go to this with Sarah, and I know I gotta change the whole like he did this, she did that, and the situation I have to change that because I know it's me. So I'm just gonna go and like what I do, and what else can I do? Now what?
Okay, so talk to me about that because you did it, right? So why don't you see that you did it? And what is it about working with a coach that can guide you from that neutral, loving, unconditional place because that what you just said is like, what did I do? And I'm like, well, how could you not know? I mean, people might be looking at this and like, why do you need to go ask Sarah what you did? Obviously you did. Why? What do you mean? Why do you say that? Like, why do you need somebody to tell you why you did what you did?
I don't know, because I'm saying I know that that's what it is. I've learned that. But in the beginning, or like you need a coach to just kind of show you that, because no one ever wants to own any of that stuff, No one ever wants to say that was my fault. You need someone to just show you, or just, in a very, there's no way really, I guess, sugarcoating like it's you, but you have a very direct way of, you don't also break people down. You just, I don't know, you guide people to allow them to see their part.
If you're busy blaming everybody else, you cannot possibly fix the problem. But it is very empowering when you can look at yourself from a place of love and compassion and understanding, see your own patterns. And even if there's dysfunctional, listen, the only reason I can identify dysfunctional patterns is because I come from a very dysfunctional place. And I had a teacher who kind of helped me see my dysfunctionality. I don't even know if that's a word. And that from a loving place kind of just taught me how to do something different, right? Because a lot of the times the way that we dysfunction is because that's all we know. And so we do it again and again and again, oftentimes unconsciously. You don't even know what you're doing. So, that question was intentionally. I know why. You come to me and say, what did I do? I don't understand. Listen, you can sit there and you can journal and you can spin until you're dizzy. And sometimes because you're in your own bubble, you just don't see what it is you're doing. I don't see what it is I'm doing. This is why I still have teachers, right? Because
because sometimes that's all you know how to do. And you don't even realize you think it's right. You think it's right, but it's not right because it's causing dysfunction in your life. So then you can't, just like, you don't, when you don't know, you need someone to tell you what it is.
Help you see, because I don't tell people. If you notice the way I coach is I don't actually tell you what to do. I will somehow bring you over to that realization from within. Why? Because that's more empowering for you. If you realize that from within and you take responsibility for it, as opposed to me just telling you what's wrong, this and that and that, and then defenses come up and you feel criticized, and now I can't actually help you because you're actually thinking it's personal. There's a whole science to the coaching, and there's a whole method with which you can show people what they need to see from a productive, loving way. Okay. what would you say to anyone who's on the fence and kind of hesitating whether this is worth it, whether they have the time or the money to do this? Like, is it worth it?
I say it's absolutely worth it, because if it is, I say, so I have a master's degree, right? I went to college, I have a master's degree, I've taken classes, and you take all those classes to better yourself, to learn more, to support you at your job, or, whatever. If you think about it in that way, it's 3 months of taking a course that's going to teach you about how to navigate your life. It's a graduate course. Like, how am I going to, it's going to help you in your job. It's going to help you at home. It's going to help you just live the rest of your life. I mean, and after 3 months, whatever comes from there, if you need further, coaching or whatever from there, it depends on who you are, but it's a great way to start that path of just a better experience. I feel like people are always willing to take a course to better their job, or to find, and that's fine, but you can always get, you can get a new job and still be dysfunctional. You can get a whatever, but this is it's just, I feel like if people think about it that way, it's, we're always so willing to spend money on.
That is such an interesting way to put it, to be honest. I've heard that before. What I've heard is often from very educated people who, like you, have, 1, 2, 3 master degrees, and they're coming to me like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I suffering? And then after a while, they turn to me and say, why do they teach you this in school? Like, this should be kindergarten level life mastery basics or something, like self-mastery basics, right? Like, yeah. Understanding of how the world works, how the human system works, how energy works, how the mind works. Like, when you put it that way, you're absolutely right. It's just education. The problem is that we're not used to investing in ourselves. We're not used to putting ourselves first. And it's kind of ironic, right? Because we'll go to class and spend so much time in university so that we get a freaking piece of paper that says, look at me.
Right. And you're supposed to know more and perform better at your job. And you might, if you're applying skills that you've learned, but it doesn't help you, I don't know, be a better coworker, or it doesn't help you be you know what I mean? Like, you could be better at your job, but
it doesn't help you stop suffering, right? So you can have all the knowledge in the world and still suffer. You can have all the wealth in the world and all the adventures in the world and all the pleasure in the world, and you still suffer because you don't understand how things work and what you're really on this earth to do. And then at the end of the 90 days, you have a very clear purpose as of what it is you're on this earth to do and what it is that you need to be doing. And that's the most priceless thing on earth and the most priceless gift that you can receive and give yourself. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Lyzzette. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience with anyone who is interested in this program. So thank you guys for watching. Please book a call with us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.
Bye. Namaste.